here. I'm only late by a couple minutes because I was trying to look up how to face my camera. So, where is it? I think I've stared down one person who was trying to watch me earlier. It was just like, good luck. So how is everybody today? The doors are still open, so I haven't been reported. So I know some guy was just looking. Hi. Can't miss me. I have a leather jacket on. Look, everybody's up and moving. Ooh, I think they have a sucker. He's writing stuff. Poor guy. I wish we could stop. Your family misses you. So does your brothers and sisters. They're always different kind of family. Aw, I hate it when they're mad at me. So amazing the things I can do. So, just adjusting because my pin came off. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, I sort of wasn't prepared. I got a parking space too close. So usually I prepare my parking spaces. So I have like a whole page and a half of notes today. Hi, am I making everybody like want to bark? The thing is I think I saw someone walk off, but I didn't want to sit there and go, it's a cult behind her all the time. And I wasn't really ready to do anything. How is everybody? Didn't I say that before? Oh, just a little tired. And I'll try to pay attention to my feed, because the bodyguard was doing that. So I'm just gonna call him now, the bodyguard. Let's see. Nope. We have no hiring. I guess they hired what they wanted. It was a nasty person who yelled at me. So who knows? Okay, stand and stare, and maybe explain things to people. Scientology will never give back your on account if you leave. So don't pay for all of those courses in advance. If you want to go home and you're not from this country, you can always go to the embassy and get your passport. And I know they probably don't have anybody from out of the country here, but they might know someone who is somewhere else, since we're not a Sea Org, we're just a regular org. And yes, I saw that this morning. Denver Scientology audit, having a Sea Org member, ooh, he's going to the desert, try to aggressively take his stuff, and he wound up having to like body check him until the cops came, because you know he was also like pawing at his hands and stuff. And during that time, because I watched it after Aaron told us about it, or no, I'm sorry, Natalie told us about it, I was just like, what the heck? Let's go for a walk while I talk. And so I watched it, and all I could think of while I was watching it was that poor guy. He has his head down on the ground, occasionally saying something like, nothing's going to happen to me. And you know he was just thinking, in my opinion, oh crap, I've screwed up now, and I'm actually a Sea Org member. So, and I think I can't remember his name for this, like for my life. Denver Scientology said, you know, you've screwed up now, something like that. And he was like, yeah. Or you're going to the desert. And he's like, yeah. So it was nice to see the cops change for once. I mean, I don't expect them to be the same as they are everywhere else from here, because we're different. But that they put him in handcuffs first. And, you know, then decided to talk to him. But I did see how you can correctively pick up someone who's in handcuffs, because he was on the ground, so they had to turn him over. And then they propped him up with their hands in his back, on his back. So it's like those people who yank people up by their arms or try to get their arms under their shoulders. They know what they're doing. They know they're messing up somebody. So, but it was nice to see that Denver, it made me finally that they're all done with them. And they're like, no, we don't think so. We're done with you guys. So, or nobody's on the, can't really look there. Or nobody's on the payroll, on the bribe bank, or, giving tickets. Because it's like, it's not always just money, too. It could be like giving tickets to your favorite game, or, getting into Disneyland. It is LA, or for the LA cops. So it didn't make much sense. And so I'm just like, it was really cool that they just didn't want to deal with it. And the only bummer is, and this is why I'm getting the second phone, is that he had to get offline to give him the video. So it's like, second phone is good for that. That, and I've watched Jess Palmadera. I think so. Oof, my brain's in. But I watched Jess, and you can see her use her second phone to look up other stuff and look at comments and things like that. Because I can't see my comments that are white on a black. They're on the background and they're white. I'll be able to adjust that sooner or later, I'm sure. Okay, now, hi. Fuzzy pink handcuffs. Well, it sounds like an old dream. Good afternoon, Brave. Thanks for being there and for your commitment to the cause. It's sort of fun. I love San Francisco, so seeing a Scientology gold corset and handcuffs was glorious. Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was just like, I saw it first on Natalie's feed, and I was just sort of, my jaw dropped, and then all these things start going through my head, like, oh my God, they're not going to take it anymore. When do the fire people, the firefighters go, screw you too? I mean, they sort of have in LA, they drive by now, but I just don't even, I want them to send like the sedan car to see if something's really happening, because, those people aren't carrying what they expect them to be carrying, like the BOMB and stuff like that. It's not right. And wow, that's a restaurant supply truck. Those puppies are loud. But yeah, they're not believing them, that we aren't carrying anymore, because we're not. We also live in California, and we know not to carry. So, how much do you owe? How much credit do you have destroyed? You could pay it back if you got out and got a real job. McDonald's hires all the time. You can go to a temporary agency and they will hire you in 2 days because your organization skills in the office are worth a ton of money. That's the truth. I made more money all the time when I was doing it. But then again, I worked with VPs and I could tell lawyers to go somewhere else and don't annoy my boss. He's busy. Which was so much fun. I think it's why he kept me, was the fact that I had no care about class structures or things like that. So, oh yeah, for the people in that foundation that's on the other side of the country, you're using the same tech on Liz in Maryland that the Scientology bird uses on everybody else. It just sounded so freaking familiar. It was disgusting. So, you should just give it up. Stop talking about it. They can't help but talk about it because you guys trigger them and you know exactly what you're doing. Hi, Pup Groomer 20. How are you? But yeah, it's like you purposely trigger them. Then you get mad at them for responding. They're going to respond because you triggered them. And it's a deep trigger on top of that. Oh, look at this. I'm looking at her collar because that's what we're supposed to do. Hello! Wow, now that was a face. It's always on the phone too. Let's see. Walking down the street. So she didn't see me because they sure as heck wouldn't have come out. Oh, baby, that needs to be ironed. I don't think the ankle tech on pants is that weirdly long. Even though I don't think they're allowed to do things like that. That would be stylish, and you can't be stylish. I liked her hair though. I wore my hair like that when I was young. So yeah, stop triggering. Stop doing that on purpose. And get a life. You can do so many other things and go, I'm the victim. You really can. You know that? There are people who will help you get out of here. The Aftermath Foundation does it. Their phone number is 888-FREEO02. Just give them a try. They'll help you out, get you home. At least get you on a plane. Your family misses you. Your friends miss you. Believe it or not, your teachers miss you. There are so many people that miss you. If you feel it in your bones, then you know what? You should leave. Some of that has got to give off some weird vibe. You don't need to give them all of your money. Yes, I still have my... I wanted to be able to, I could still see that. And it's all based on what you make or don't make or what you can pay back. And they're probably keeping you at a poverty level, which is not good for your brain. You shouldn't have that many roommates. Shouldn't have to get a job after this so you can survive that 16 hours of your day and you've got your last 8 hours to sleep or do whatever else you need to do. Laundry at the laundromat takes time. They will not collapse if you leave. There are supposedly millions out there, so if you leave, it can't collapse. It's statistically impossible. You'll come from Xenu. Xenu's the one who's the overlord of everything. He's an alien that comes from some other planet. One of these days I'll read Diana, or no, I'm sure I can find it online. That's also why I wanted a phone. I can like read from Wikipedia. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Eat real quick and listen and laugh. Hopefully. I want to make everybody's watching me laugh. I don't want them to laugh. I want them to ruminate on what I'm saying and see if we can get it out of them. And I couldn't see if the girl was there because I wasn't even thinking about it. I drive like a driver of people. My mother taught me how to drive very well, so I'm very focused. I'll sing my butt out. And now I'm listening to YouTube because I used to listen to talk radio when I commute from Fremont to Sacramento, which is an hour and a half. I used to listen to talk radio, and when it was in the 80s, it was still rather liberal and fun to talk to, especially at 11 o'clock at night. Children are not adults in children's bodies. Children are children. Their brains aren't even finished growing yet. And yeah, that's the easiest way to put it. Finished growing yet. That would be good. Freeloader debt is not enforceable. You can leave and they can't ding you for anything. Your phone can access the internet. Go look at Denver Scientology audit this morning and see what happened when all he was doing was getting out of his car. A Sea Org member assaulted him, so he didn't even get a chance to do or say anything. So they're making us out to be the enemy. We are not the enemy. Oh, I was watching Marilyn Honig open up her kettle yesterday, or today. Open up her kettle today. I was watching it while I was eating breakfast, and it made me giggle. It was really fun. Let's see. You don't have to sneak seeing your watching or talking to your family, you could see them forever in real life. And that's what we call it, in real life. It's not some phrase I'm using to make you pay attention. Oh, children. Oh, yeah. So one time at DOA's van, I'm going to have to like start making up. One time at somebody's van or somebody's car, he had some woman just start talking to him at midnight last night in LA right around Ron Hubbard Way. And it was so weird. And she assumed he was Catholic, so she acted like she was Catholic, and you could tell she wasn't, because I'm a lapsed Catholic. But it was really weird. He sounded tired and forlorn, and she kept talking to him, and it was just so bizarre. I was standing right next to the speaker so I could hear it, and I almost got nervous for a minute, because of course everybody in the world has adopted DOA because he's just so cool. That he was really cute in a suit yesterday. That was awesome. Anyway, so you worry, right? And then she finally left, but she kept referring to like Scientology as us, which was funny. It's like, you're not doing this very well. Did they send you out? You come out on your own. But when she left, after all sitting there chewing our fingernails, in my opinion, he went back to being normal. He was like, it was like, oh my God, that was an act. That was awesome. It was just so easy. And, you know, he was like saying what, where, when, and us. The us thing. I didn't even realize it until it was done. So, it's getting to be near baseball season. Is this spring training already? I saw my first Giants jersey. I haven't enlightened anyone in like 3 days. I missed that. I'm getting better at explaining it. You can ask questions and demand answers. Knowledge is not dangerous. You can go to a library and read all the books you're not allowed to. Knowledge is not dangerous. I know she was. Yes, fuzzy pink handcuffs. She was a total Sciento, and yes, she flunked. Oh, pup groomer. Okay, cool. I'm not doing flyers. I just had a cop car go by me. I haven't had a cop car go by me in ages, but they didn't look, so maybe they were just cruising by. If not, hey, I get arrested. My cousin already said she'd bail me out. Each one of us is independently owned and operated. We are not a gang. We are not in constant contact with each other. I don't have anybody's phone number. I barely have email addresses. So I am doing this of my own accord. How much in debt are you? La, la, la. Let's see. Cuts E and we in Los Angeles both followed. Yes, I know. And I was feeling so bad for her because I saw it on DOA's feed, then went on my laptop to go see We in LA, and she was just so freaked out. And people are telling DOA and her, knock it off, lady, you're being dramatic. And it's like, no, she's being freaking scared. So she doesn't really know what she has going on in her head, trying to do it the best she can. So, you know what, people, if they've never had to go through this before, they're going to react in interesting ways because it's not part of their normal life. That drove me crazy. It's like, I said it at least once on DOA is to knock it off. She is scared. So, and she explained today why she put it on her live so she would have proof. Your families miss you. When was the last time you spoke to your families? Doors. Freeloader debt is not enforceable, so you can leave without all of those threats being able to be used. So yeah, no, it was. Yes, Misfit 76. It is a good day not to be in a cult, and considering I was in one, and wow, didn't even know I was. That was creepy, but I was only there for 2 months. The minute I realized that it had too much going on about cult things, because unfortunately Your brothers and sisters miss you. You don't have to disconnect from your family. You don't have to disconnect from your friends in the real world. They love you, they miss you, and they probably talk about you when they're all together having a bonfire or playing cards. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the cult. So yeah, I'm not going to mention the cult. It's not nice. Long story. But yeah, I didn't know for 2 months. And then the minute I went, I quit. I just ghosted them, walked away. No, thank you. Freeloader debt is not enforceable. The society will not fall apart if you leave it. You can get a real job with those skills you have in the office. Hell, you can even, nowadays, you can even work in a mailroom for 50 grand. Do you like having lots of people you have to live with if you like it or not? I mean, roommates are one thing. I had roommates growing up, but you know what? The ones we didn't know, they definitely knew that we didn't know them. We were never mean to them. We were just like, hi, until we get to know you, we're going to be a little standoffish. And that was back in the day. You probably can't even do that anymore. So, yeah, I had roommate situations forever, but that's because I didn't like living alone. Because I spent most of my childhood and my teenage years having a couch surfer because my parents were very generous about that. So you get used to it. So I wasn't really happy about living alone. And Cutsy, thank you, Pup Groomer. I was trying to figure out what his name was. So I can, you know, because I see him every day. Because of course, if somebody goes to Publao, the S trash can, I'll usually go and hang out there. Layla, when she goes, for some reason she's number one on my notifications, I'll just head over there. So, because I have it, at the most, I've had it streaming, or I've had it on 4 different, a big TV, my phone, and 2 laptops. No. My big TV, my phone, a iPad, and a laptop at one time. The bodyguard walks in and goes, he just looks at me and goes, yep, ADD, in his head, and he was just like, nice. And that's when I'll say, yeah, ADD is wonderful. So, let's see. God, I cover these all really fast, I think. But I always like saying your family and friends miss you. Your family and friends miss you. You don't have to disconnect with people that are not in your society. It's not a religion. They don't do real brain fog. They don't real charity. They don't do real charity. And if you ask me, to be part of a religion, you have to do charity, period. Sorry, even Rajneeshis had charity. So, they don't. They rent out to charitable institutions, but they don't do any charity for, and they barely do quote-unquote charity for anybody who is elderly. And that's the thing I have on my side. I'm elderly. I'm over 55. Can't mess with an old lady. It's not nice. So, you know, sort of like how they throw out the elderly people in LA. Try to do anything, I'll call it a hate crime against the natives and the elderly, since I am both, and it's very obvious. Did you miss any important funerals that you should have went to? Did your favorite person or relative pass away and you didn't get to say goodbye? They're not leveling up or vacating their body. They've passed away. Let's see. I'm at 24. It's still have at least 6. Scientology will never give you back your on-account money, no matter what they say. So never pay more than 1 course in advance, if you ask me, in my opinion. I know my opinion doesn't mean much to them, but I'm here, and it looks like it's going to be, I'll be here every day if I can. So, anytime after 1 maybe, because I stay up too late at night, so I don't get really started. I'm one of those people who has a computer in every room so I can check my email or whatever else. It's like going on an Amazon or eBay or something. You get squirreled. Yes, squirreled. Oh, squirreled. Ooh, I wonder if I can show you guys. Well, squirrels have always been part of my life. And squirrels have been a big part of my life once I married the DJ. I'll explain that one of these days. But I have this. It's a Bluetooth speaker I got a few years ago because I wanted to be able to take my audiobooks like with me into each room, and so I found that on Amazon, and immediately it was like, oh my god, I have to have it. So I have a little Acorn Bluetooth speaker that I can use wherever I go that they have music playing outside. They can't do that here, not in the financial district. And you know, we all know that whoops, I'm walking slowly so I don't fall down. Up. The pyramid is right here. So this is the financial district and they won't take it. There's a law office right there. That's open actually right now. And it's from an old San Francisco family. So I don't think they would take loud music very well. One of the most predominant families in San Francisco. If you cause too many problems, I'm sure they'll get rid of you guys. In my opinion. Yeah, I didn't even know about Cheeseburger Guy. I must have been doing something because I also knit or play my one video game that I play. But I've been making Afghans for people. See, that's how you can tell I'm elderly now, because I make Afghans. And weirdly enough, my generation didn't really make a lot of Afghans like my parents' generation. My parents' generation, everybody had a million of them. It was bizarre. So I have mentioned it to a couple of friends. I'm like, oh, but your mom probably did this, or your grandmother. Most grandmothers are gone because people had, kids late in life. But they're like, no. Hell, my Romanian friend asked me, what's an Afghan? I would assume that they have quilts, not Afghans. So, yeah, so I'm making one for her and her daughter to snuggle on the couch with. So, but yeah, it's like, oh my god, I really have, and I can, the only stitch my mom ever taught me was an Afghan stitch. So, I should have worn my muffler. I made a muffler with an Afghan stitch, unfortunately. I've got one, it's like golden, close to at the time goldenrod, because I'm colorblind, so don't make fun of me. And the border is yellow sparkly because, you have to have glitter in your life, sorry. And I didn't realize, I knew it was going to be cold, but I didn't know it would be this kind of cold. This cold comes from the ocean via the Golden Gate, so it just sort of snakes around and comes up. Yeah, Mark Twain was right. The coldest summer he ever spent, or the coldest winter he ever spent, was the summer in San Francisco. Yep, parts of San Francisco is just like that. Oh, and I have a name for my members when I finally get to have a membership. You guys are going to be clouds. I'm going to ask a friend of mine to make me a logo with the Bay Bridge, because I'm from the East Bay. And, we always make fun of Golden Gate that it's just on a big height. Hey. So I'm going to have a Bay Bridge. I'm going to have clouds in my brain somewhere in there as a cloud or two. So yes, I'm doing it in advance, because every time I get on a membership, I'm like, I need to get monetized. So I'm not doing it because I'm greedy. I'm doing it because I'm compassionate. We are all very compassionate out here and have emotions, and we'll help you any way we can. We love you. We may not know you, but we love you because we love humans. Most humans. So yeah, Cheeseburger Guy. I know about the fake PBA because I saw DOA drive away that night. Everybody was complaining. It was like, no, he's got so much crap going on. The safest thing was to drive away, because like they didn't need to follow through on it and do all the motions that cause all of us taxpayers a ton of money. So I am so freaking tired of watching police in my state, and my state has to contribute to the overtime and all that other crap, no matter what they say, because how are they all going to survive? All these cities should have gone in default like New York a long time ago. So they're getting funds from the state. And when they do something stupid, I just sit there and go, this is what I'm paying my taxes for? Yes, it's the only time I ever sound like a conservative. Is this where my taxes are going? This is crap. That an ambulance ride costs $2,000? No wonder nobody who has health insurance wants to go in an ambulance. That's freaking ridiculous. So, why did they call him Cheeseburger Guy? See, that's the part I missed. I didn't see him chase Solomon. I must have been watching Jess's stream that night or something. I've tried to break it down to one or two, like my TV and my phone, instead of having everything else up, because I've been ignoring my email and Facebook, because my generation's Facebook. And I actually got thrown with it. Happened. I put it on Facebook. Haven't you seen it? It's like, no, sorry. So let's go wander again, because time is time. Or maybe I should just stand here for a minute. We can go back into the scroll work. Isn't the scroll work pretty? It's disintegrated. I didn't notice it until I was standing here on Sunday that a lot of it has fallen off, but it's just a decoration, so they can't say it's unstable, so they can bring it down, because their aesthetic is pretty plain, and I'm sure they don't like the scroll work going. But this is the epitome of the Gilded Age. So, and that show is fantastic. You should go watch it. I'm waiting for the 3rd season. La la la. So, scroll work in the gilding. I'm still never going to not be astonished that that says wheelchair entrance at 8 Columbus Ave, which is registered as something else. So, and it's completely painted over. Isn't that just bizarre? So they can't even cater to the people who aren't in Scientology just to be nice or polite. It's just really weird. Oh God, sometimes this place just makes me wonder. It's like, guess I've been talking to my family more, because it's like, can I talk to somebody who'll understand my twisted sense of humor and know that I'm the black sheep of the family, and just go, yes, Linda. Yep, that's my name. Sorry. I said it on Sunday, so now you know at least my first name. Big deal. It's a very common name. Beyond common. So, let's see. I almost rested my arm here for a second, and I can't, because actually I don't know what the parameters of touching buildings is here in San Francisco. Wow, look at that. Look at all that scroll work. That is so Gilded Age. That is awesome. God, I hope this building doesn't fall. I hope they're taking care, at least with the basement. You don't know what they're doing. You had a shirt coat that was yellow, red, white, and black that kind of looked like a cheeseburger. Okay. Thank you, Fuzzy Pink Cactus. Yes, Puff Groomer. Because, yeah, I mean, I got, was it Motley Crue? That was easy. But I was like, cheeseburger guy. Why is he the cheeseburger guy? And for a weird reason, I thought they were talking about Zachary, because, the cheese. Because his jacket's that color yellow. So, I thought maybe they were talking about him, and I'm like, but he's not, he doesn't do that. It's like half of the weirdness when you're watching live and watching, being part of the replay crew is, what the hell are they talking about? And then you get to find out later, and you think, I need to go back and look at that. So, yeah, so having the world, I still haven't, I can do it on a computer, but I can't do it on the television yet, is how to make it go faster. Like 1.5 speed. I'm still old and won't go with the, I need to make it faster. It's like, no, I need to hear the real voice. And yes, I always watch to the end. So it's just really weird. I think it's just indigenous to the I want to be in the in the know, and I want to catch something if it's at the end. And I'm, set in my ways and have always watched programs to the end, which drive people nuts. Or used to drive people nuts because I insisted on watching bad programs to the end and bad movies. So just to know that, maybe there was something good in it. Never is, but you never know. So can we see through the window? Yes. What do we see? We don't see anything. Maybe a picture. It looks like a menu. I'm sure it isn't, but it does. Oh yeah, on this channel I will not acknowledge hate, so don't even try. And I'm good at sticking to my beliefs. Like I said, I stared down some guy earlier and I thought he was taking pictures of me, and he wasn't. He was just staring. And I'm like, go on, stare, I dare you. As I'm trying to set up my gimbal in my car. So, wherever you go, you need to carry a watering can. That's brilliant. It could be an urban gardener. You know what urban gardeners are? They are people who tend to gardens that are around, office buildings or something. If they see that something's being neglected, they go and help fix it. In a weird way, that sort of sounds weird, but it's normal here. Welcome to my normal world. It is different than your normal world. Hi, Fluffer. Hey, you get to at least see a minute or two. Eventually, I'll move up to 45 when I'm used to it. The big goal is an hour, but I'm not sure if I could keep up an hour. I mean, my lion's mane is working well. My homeopathic remedy for my brain fog. It's very helpful. And even in the real world, if it doesn't work, your brain is a lot more malleable than the real thing. So my brain can convince me that it's getting rid of my brain fog, which I like the idea. And I think it's quote unquote working. So, yeah, now I'm staring at colors. I had that lady go by me, and it wasn't like a really gold vest either. It was just like that weird color that's gold, but without the metallic. But the first thing I do is look at her collar for the emblems, because Aaron, who is growing up in Scientology, that's his handle on YouTube, Aaron pointed out that the lapel pin, it was a lapel pin, but it was on, I don't know what they call those. It was on his collar, on the tip of his collar, like a collar, wingtip thingy. And he pointed it out and said, see, those two chevrons mean that he is blah, blah, blah. That's one thing I don't want to have to memorize. And so when the lady came by me earlier, I was barely paying attention to her face because I'm trying to see if there was something on her collar. So, and yes, I agree with everybody who had told Marilyn that kettle water was better. When they first started Kettlegate, I got a kettle, and it did make a ton of difference, because I have a cup of water I have a cup of tea. See, I should be done. I have a cup of tea every night with the local honey, which is, actually this one is East Bay honey. Hi, how are you? Have a good day. She smiled the whole time, didn't bark at me. I thought she was the one that barked at me the other day. Anyway, so I have a cup of tea with local honey. I wish I could get it super local, because there's one place I go to that their honey drops. Oh, that's so wrong. The beekeeping's up on the roof. There are some in San Francisco too, from what I've heard. It's because it helps your allergies, because it's the bee pollen. Bees get pollen from everywhere. Bee pollen? That's not right. But bees get pollen from everywhere, so it helps your allergies. And weirdly enough, it has been. That's not a mine thing, because I'm one of those people that nothing helps my allergies. So it's a little strange, but it's cool. So yeah, I have caffeinated tea with honey every night. The bodyguard makes it for me because he loves me. That was a brave thing to say. Let's see, do your friends and family miss you? Do you miss your friends and family? Your freeloader debt is not enforceable. And it shouldn't be enforceable because it would be even if it is a volunteer, it would be the trade of time and work for what they pay. And I'm sure you have to have a second job here since it's not a Sea Org. So I'm sure these people work 16 hours a day. So now I keep looking behind me. Now I get it. Before I didn't. And now I do. It's because you want to see if there's a member coming towards you. That's what it is. Not necessarily, well, during the day, to me. My opinion would be that you're keeping an eye out to make sure that you can, like, film a org member. And so you keep an eye out like that. You know, oh my God, there's Blue. It's so weird to keep an eye out on Blue. Children are not adults in child's bodies. Medically, child's brains are still developing. So to treat them like adults is painful to their psyche. Yes, I used a psychiatrist word, but that is the best way to describe it. To help get it out if you want to. Aftermath.net and the Aftermath Foundation phone number 888-FREE-002. Can't wait for Aaron to come out with his. Yes, I know. Even a couple of our people paid a fuzzy pink handcuffs, said she feels so bad the exes who paid their freeloader debt. What a waste. Yeah, no, there are a couple of people who have feeds that are ex, and they're like, I didn't have to. That is so bizarre. Besides the fact, if it's supposed to be a religious organization, you don't make your ex-parishioners pay anything. You just get rid of them. You know, you just, they don't exist. They are not shunned in most large religious organizations. But they're not charged up the butt either, because that's a civil thing, and then you could easily take them to court, like on small claims, or maybe anti-small claims at this point. But of course, they wouldn't sue. So then they can't put it on your credit. What are they going to say? The Church of Scientology, they didn't pay their freeloader debt? Credit card companies will be like, no, that's your fault. The FCC does not like you using a Wi-Fi blocking mechanism. They probably know by now, and they're an industry that will not bend to anybody. So if I was you, I'd keep an eye out for them. I know Oaks is watching me, so they come in undercover. So you will not know it's them until they bust you. Oh my God, it's 43 minutes. Okay, well then I get to go. Contact your family, they miss you. If your parents are in the outside world, they miss you and love you. We are not horrible people with the flames at our feet. We are compassionate. We love people. We have compassion. You wouldn't be, oh God, see, I get caught up. You wouldn't be mocked or pitied. You'd be treated like a real person. So if you want to get out, you can. The society is not good for you. It doesn't help you evolve. You're not going to clear the world. It's mathematically impossible. And when you get clear, you get thetans, like little Velcro balls that stick to the inside of you. There's some kind of spirit or something, if I'm all right. And you can't get rid of them because they keep coming back, because your society wants more money and aren't happy until you're poor. How much debt do you owe? Do the credit card companies hound you for payment? It is not a bad thing that you have joined this society. People will not make fun of you for it. I don't want to say cults. Societies like this have been investigated and know why people fall for them. So you can leave your society anytime you want. People miss you. They do love you, and they're not bad people. The devil is not out here. Devil doesn't exist. So there aren't Satanists waiting for you to come out so we can take advantage of you. There are normal people out here waiting to help. Okay, that's it for today. They can't even clear water. No, they bought it. Okay, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna go get donuts probably. So I will talk to you all later. Take care. Have a good night. Be safe. Hi. How are you? Ooh, maybe I'm not leaving yet. Oh, that's good. Have a better one. Actually, a great day. That was my guy who talked to me once before. He's the one who says the sentences. Great day. No. Unless he's Sea Org, he is not having a great day. And even if he's Sea Org, he's definitely afraid of getting caught. Oh, I'm glad you can see my dove. It's laying on my purse strap. I wear a dove every day. Peace. Because we need it, Lord knows. And I'm still under the impression that if women ran the world, we wouldn't have these problems. Okay, so now I'm really leaving. I will talk to you guys tomorrow if I don't have something pop up later. I'm trying to figure out how to schedule myself because I really want to tell people when I'm going to be here. I tried to find that out too in the car. Duh. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out, because I use Prism, how I can switch front and back, because I'm getting over my shock and horror of myself and accepting it, and want to be able to talk eventually or show things like my dove. So I will figure that out tonight too, hopefully without having to switch streaming platforms, because sometimes people who've been here at their streaming platform since it was free, or any platform since it was free, they get, maybe some kind of deal. So anyway, more babbling. I will see you guys, talk to you guys tomorrow. I have 3 with me now. I'm very excited. I'm excited at 1. So bye.